Hello, hello, hello. I am Pam Duthie, and on Friday I had a fairly awesome video showing you quick and dirty tactics to find keywords and to rank fast on Etsy. And I want to show you a method that I like even more that uses just slightly different tools. As you can see, I'm on the eRank website. Now, the eRank is my favourite tool for helping with your Etsy SEO, not sponsored. I'm on the eRank Pro, but you can do most things on the free version, but there's just some extra functionality and it's a bit more excellent on the Pro. But I just want to use this to show you there's a super fast method you can use to find out keywords that you're almost ranking for, that you really maybe want to do a little push to get yourself ranking for. So let's go and have a look at them right now. So what you're wanting to do, log into your eRank account. If you haven't already got one, it's free to sign up, just links to your Etsy account. So I'd get over and do that right now anyway. Yours might look a little different. I'm on the Pro version, which is £10 a month. Totally worth it. I'm rounding up. It's like $9.99 or something like that. And on your dashboard, we have this little bit here, spotted on Etsy. When I scroll down as well, it shows you in a little more detail. But when I pop over to spotted on Etsy, then it's going to take you to this page. And I just want to come over to the monitor tab here. And when you click on this tab, what you get is this simple graph. And this is so awesome. This is showing not only the position of certain terms that eRank are just pulling up keywords that they're wanting to look at. You can set ones yourself that you want to track, but if you leave it at all terms, it pulls up keywords that it chooses, cool keywords. So these are things that are kind of important keywords, and it tracks them over time. You've got lines on your graph pretty much. And this is telling us your position, where you rank over time. And what's so powerful about this, we can look and see. So this line up here, this is showing this listing, which is something we're going to talk about in another video, but I'm showing you this listing that is shown. Now, if I try and move my mouse, I can't actually point to what I'm going to want to point to. But if you look at the highlighted text, it says personalized dog art. This is the keyword that item is being found under. And it's telling us it's found on page 1, rank number 4. So that's in position 4. And that's pretty steady across the board. So for the term personalised dog art, that listing that I've got there is about as optimised as you can be. It's sitting in position number 4. It's right there in people's eyes when they log on. So that is completely awesome, and I don't need to touch that if that's a keyword I find important. That's cool. And again, this one, needle felted Boston Terrier, is in position 14 on page 1. So it's pretty cool. I could probably improve it a wee bit, but anything above position 20 is pretty awesome, and it's fairly steady along there. Now this one is super interesting. Felted dog. As you can see, it's going along, it's fairly steady, goes up, goes down a wee bit, and then it's just fallen off the map at this point. And I have a feeling felted dog. So what has happened here is another listing of mine, which has had quite a few sales and relisting. So it's been doing better. So it's shifted this listing off its position. So now I've got another listing having a wee go at felted dog. So if I'm just thinking of this term felted dog, I don't need to optimize for that too much just now because I've got one in position 8. But if that hadn't bounced up, then I already had one at rank 18. So I'm running along and I'm looking pretty awesome for that term. So I want to leave them alone. There's other things we'll talk about, different points of this in a future video. But what we want to do is find terms that are ranking, and they're ranking pretty well, but they're not high enough, they're not getting seen. So like we've got these guys. So this is ranking for needle-felted Boston Terrier. Well, I know I've already got another one ranking higher for that. So I don't need to worry. This is just helping optimize. This is boosting up. But this one below, if I can get down there, dog ring bearer. Now this one is pretty steady, hanging out at about position 34. So that's not really high enough. If someone is searching on Etsy, that page that comes up, if you have a look, page 34 is just out of your eyesight. It's just not being seen when people search for it. But we know this dog ring bearer is a term that I'm optimized enough for that I'm doing quite well at. So what I want to do is check up, first of all, I can double check I'm ranking for that, and then I want to explore that keyword. So we're firstly going to pop on to Rank Checker. And if we search for that in all location, because this is the super difficult search term, hit that, have a search, see, it should bring up the same results as we have, but it just brings up a wee bit more data. So this is super interesting. So this is bringing us up extra. It's telling us we're ranking, at the minute in time, we're rank 36, which is cool. Now it's telling us it's a fairly low competition, but medium demand and medium engagement. That's kind of cool. And if I scroll down a little bit, I can look at what all the other listings are like and see, am I likely to be able to compete with that? And the other listings that are there don't have massive daily views, but they have reasonable amount of views. The listings are not bright. Some of the listings are fairly old, but we don't know if they've been renewed, sold and renewed loads of times, but we get some data there to look at. Now what we want to do is look and see, firstly, how optimized is this listing for dog ring bearer, or dog ring bearers as we're saying there. So personalized wedding cake topper, blah blah blah, dog ring bearers. So I've got it there, I've got it in plural. So I have still got to check. Etsy says it doesn't have a problem with plural, but I think it would be just slightly more correct, more of an exact match if that wasn't plural. So we'll experiment with that. But so the exact term is pretty much there, but it's 3/4 of the way through the title, and that's an old terrible title, and the dog ring bearers is there. So it's kind of optimized, it's there in the tags, but I think we can improve on this a little bit. Let's hope so anyway. So now we want to have a look into the Keyword Explorer and see, is this actually a term that's searched for? So just gonna quickly lift that into the Keyword Explorer. Is this keyword any good? Let's have a look, because there's no point optimizing for something that's utterly rubbish. So is it any good? And when we look on Google and Etsy, dog ring bearer has some traffic. I'm not sure what's happening here, but there is some traffic, so that's not bad. There are some searches, there are some people interested in it. It's also considered a fairly long tail, so it's quite specific. You know, if someone's looking for this, they're looking for something to do with a wedding, dog themed, and a ring bearer for the wedding. So that's kind of cool to know. And here's kind of similar things, but if we look at the dog ring bearer, it's a long tail keyword. There are some Etsy searches. There's a tiny amount of Etsy competition. It's got some fairly good engagement, and it's trending. It is getting some views. Now you could look and say dog tag, well, that's not relevant to what we're talking about. Ring bearer gift, again, not necessarily what we're looking for. But even if we look at these, they might have high engagement, but you're against a fair amount of competition as well. But I think dog ring bearer, For a small to medium sized shop, this is a reachable target. We know we're already ranking for it. We know there's some traffic. And if we look, there's actually Google searches exist and people are paying for adverts for it as well. So yeah, I'm pretty cool with that. In fact, while we're here, let's pop over to Google just for a bit of fun and see what comes up when we search for dog ring bearer. So there's some cute videos. Immediately coming up Etsy, but the carousels of videos of dogs being a ring bearer. So that's going to be harder to search for. But if we hit shopping, and we can see cute things, eBay, Zazzle. It's not coming up Etsy. Oh, there's some Etsy listings. So it's okay. It exists. It's not going to be the best term because we don't have the carousel, but yeah, pretty good. So let's get back to Etsy rank. So if we go back to the rank checker, this is kind of where it's cool and makes things a little bit quicker, because if I went to my shop it would take me a while to find that listing. But when we're searching for things, when you're searching for your own listing in this rank checker or in any of the other places, it also gives you a link to see it on Etsy. So we'll see this on Etsy, brings up our listing, and we want to edit this just to optimize it just a tiny bit more, just to make it a little bit better. So I think if we just take the dog ring bearers from there and put them to the start of the listing. So dog ring bearers. At the minute, I'm not really getting traffic from wedding cake topper. I want 2 of your pets recreated for your wedding day. That explains what it is. And at the minute, we don't want it to say anything else. So it's a personalised dog ring bearer, 2 of your pets recreated for your wedding day. I think that with a picture kind of tells you what you've got going on there. And it says dog ring bearers. Okay, and check the tags. And we've got the dog ring bearers there. So I think we're fairly optimized. So just save that little guy. And we also want to renew it to re-index this and see what Etsy says. So what that'll do in the next few minutes or hours or minutes, this should boost it up the rankings temporarily, and then over the next few days it will drop back down to its new normal position. So we'll come back and have a look in a couple of days and see where this has ended up. Okay, well it's been a few days, so let's see what's happened to this listing. Hitting spotted on listing, spotted on Etsy monitor, and so this was our little listing down here. I can switch off the view for everything else apart from the ring bearer just to make it look clear. And what we can see happened, here's where I made all the changes and renewed it, so that pushes it up. That Etsy then re-indexes that, looks into it, re-indexes it, so it hits a slightly higher level and drops off. But for the past 3 days it's been pretty stable. So what has this done? What has just made a few changes? The item hasn't sold, it hasn't had a massive amount of views, nothing massively different has changed. However, here it was running around rank 33, 34, 34, so waving about there, and here up to 13, 13, 14. So basically, yeah, we've gone up 20 places just by those little changes that we made on that. So that is how you can use eRank to find a term that you might not even have thought of that you're kind of ranking for. And then you can make some changes to your listing, optimize for that very term, and get yourself ranking better for it. And if none of your terms are showing up on this monitoring terms, if you don't have any terms showing up, then it just shows that you have a little bit of work to do. So work on your SEO. But I think most people should have a little bit showing up. So if you do, just look at these graphs. Any items that are coming in below 20, then you're thinking about you might be able to boost them up and get them higher up on the front page. And as well, while we're here, I just wanted to show you this little bit that I mentioned about this item, the little dog here. So he sold on that day, so that listing went from page 2, rank 53. He jumped all the way up to page 1, rank 8 when he sold, and he stayed up there for 3 days, dropped down slightly. That was rank 18, and then 18, and then this day he jumped back to page 2, rank 53, and at the same time for the same term this guy was page 1, rank 19, and when the other guy sold he dropped all the way down to they're too close together, there we go, he dropped down to page 2, rank 53. He took an extra dip for a day there, and then he's back up to where he was again. So basically this guy has a lot of ranking power, but it was just when the other one sold that one time was enough, with the recency boost for the relist because it had sold, was just enough to boost it up high onto page 1 for a little while. And while that was high on page 1, this guy's flipped, he goes on to page 2 for a little while, but after a couple of days, if this one doesn't sell again, then they've swapped back over. Just an interesting little point. It's really cool to see in real time. Okay, I hope that helped. Don't forget, if you have any tips, tricks, or anything you want to know about selling on Etsy, then pop them in the message in the comments down below, and I'll try and sort out a video on that. And don't forget, subscribe and come back every week. Thank you so much.